Man, I remember a couple of years ago, and it felt like just yesterday, but it was about 4 years ago where I was pursuing this girl pretty hard, and I was getting to know, this person, and long story short, basically didn't work out, and we weren't, officially dating or anything, but I was trying hard to pursue this person, and this person reciprocated in some way, but ended up going for somebody else. And this happened, 4 years ago or 5 years ago or whatnot. And I remember during that time, as I was getting to know this person, how heartbroken I was when this person, basically backstabbed me, going for somebody else instead of receiving and accepting me. And I felt like I did so much to pursue this person, and I felt that in the end it was in vain. And I remember during that time where I was, at church, I was going to church and I was doing, all the things, but I was really living in a time where I wasn't pursuing God and I wasn't pursuing my relationship with Christ as hard as I should have. And I've been a Christian for a very long time, ever since I was in middle school. I was saved then, and I've had my, my ups and downs, your spiritual highs and your lows, and you grow in certain seasons, and then other seasons you may go through a tough period. And I remember going through that tough period, just really never experiencing such anxiety, such heartbreak, and such a rejection before. And I remember as I was learning and growing through that time and trying to heal and just pursuing the Lord, I remember I never felt so much on fire for Him, just desiring to be accepted and loved and needed by my Lord. And I remember going through that time, and for just the longest time, renewing my faith because of this hardship that I was going through. And for me, I'm the kind of person, I'm kind of an all or nothing guy. And when I was pursuing the Lord, I was pursuing Him very hard, and I was going after Him in that season, in a way. And it was for actually many years after that, and even continues to now. But I remember just during that time for 2 years, I was so desperate for Him. And I was so desperate for Him that I did so many things almost all day, every day. And I would get up early in the morning, I would read the Word, I would pray. I wouldn't miss a single day of my devotional, my quiet time. I would go throughout the day. I would listen to sermons. I would listen or read the Bible. I read the Bible like many times. I prayed just throughout the day. And all of what I had learned, whether it's a religious activity or whether it was in genuine pursuit of Him through high school, college, and all that stuff, really added up to that point where I was just like, man, like people told me to, read the Bible. People told me to pray. And I felt at the time it was so needed. And I never felt such a desire and a yearning to pursue after Him because of this void that I had in my heart and being rejected by this person. And I remember I'll never forget, but I just thought in that moment, man, Lord, this is what it must feel like for you, because so many people, so many of your children reject you and backstab you and basically cheat on you. And you just want their heart so much. And you've been pursuing them so hard. You've been giving yourself to them so much, undying love every day, all day. And you were just there for this person, for all your children, but they never reciprocated that love to you. They never gave back. And I remember just that epiphany and that just hitting me in such a way where I thought, man, never again will I, as much as I can. Of course, I'm a broken, a wretched sinner, but never again will I turn away. I just want to pursue Him so much as I can, in all ways possible. That after that moment, I thought, man, I'm going to put you first above all things. And since then, man, let me tell you, the Lord has been just receiving me and answering me. He's been there for me, and I can't even begin to tell you. And I'll tell you maybe over time, but He's just been so good to me. And He's been rewarding me with, not just like material things, but just a sense of comfort, of peace, of acceptance, and just a warm presence that I can't even like describe to you. And a lot of people will talk about, oh yeah, it's good to have a relationship, and they'll say these things. But until you get to that point where you're just so desperate for him and you're just crying out so hard for him and saying, Father, I need you more than anything on this earth. And I'm not talking about you go to a retreat and then for 3 days you have this spiritual high, you raise your hand and you're like, oh, I had a taste of you, Lord, thank you. And you go off and then it just kind of dies off. I'm talking about a sustained desire for him, just pursuing him all day for years and years. I've never had such a consistent desire for him for the last, 4 years. And, some of my friends, as they've seen me grow, as they've seen me just serve and share and just, showcase my faith, they were like, man, this is a different you than I've ever seen you before. And some of my friends have known me for a long time. But I just remember saying, Father, I commit and surrender my life completely to you. And I do this because I actually desire you. I don't want to do it because it's a good thing to do because everybody else is doing it. I don't want to do this because it was an emotional high during one season of my life, but I want to do it consistently for the rest of my life. And I think it's very possible. And of course, you'll have your times where you might be, going through a tough time. But if you pursue him, you put him first, he will reward you and he will give you so many things of your heart's content, to be honest. And I'm not saying that you will get, something like a material reward or something like that. But the Bible does say, man, if you do pursue him, he will meet you. He will give you that. And he doesn't deny you. He doesn't deny when you desire righteousness, when you desire who he is, right? And there's so many characters. And I just recently read, Mark 10 about Bartimaeus, and how this man, he was a blind man, and he was saying, Lord, have mercy on me, have mercy on me. And he was shouting out so loud to call on the name of Jesus. And he didn't care. He didn't care what the crowd thought, what the people thought. And the people were silencing him. I mean, they were like, quiet down, quiet down, stop making a ruckus. But this man, despite what people thought of him, despite, all these other distractions and these barriers, he knew what he wanted and he went after it. He went all in. He said, Father, have mercy on me, please, Lord. And he was desperate for him. And God, when he hears that, it's such a sweet aroma to him. It's such a sweet presence when God hears his children cry out for him with such urgency, with such genuine pursuit. And he can't help but answer and to respond and to provide his love, his comfort, his grace, his mercy on you as his children. And so wherever you might be, whether you need just a touch from him, some healing, whether you need, some opportunity or door, you've been struggling with something, you need deliverance, you desire to get married and you have a kingdom desire for a healthy marriage. He knows your heart. He knows what you really want and why you want it, right? And as you cry out, and I cry out too, I say, Father, I would love a healthy marriage that would glorify your name. And he has that in mind for me, but he knows that I had to go through this, that he was using this so that he can get my attention to wake up and to really pursue him. And the question I have for those of you listening is, do you have that genuine desire, that pursuit, an all-out pursuit, not one that just is temporary, where you just have a spiritual high and you say, oh Lord, I need you on a Sunday, or once a year at a retreat or a gathering or at a conference, but rather, would you be able to pursue him all day, every day? And I don't know many people that have had such a sustained desire to want to put him first and to be in his presence. And I go, if I can, without any other distraction, I would want to, I removed all these other habits over the years. I don't game anymore. I don't watch a lot of things, sports. I don't watch Netflix or any of these things. And I'm not trying to bash it, right? And, God redeems some of these things if you know how to go about it. But for me, I thought this choice, because the time is precious to me. The time is so precious to me that in 24 hours in a day, what do I need to do? What is God calling me to do? And how can I use any other time that I have to put him first, to pursue him and to be in his presence? And even these days, it's busy. There's a lot of things going on. And I wish I had more time to just be soaking in his presence, but I don't. But my desire is there. My heart is there. And I want to encourage a lot of you guys, because so many of you guys are just, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So many of you guys are just doing this because maybe other people are doing it because you think it's a good thing. But do you know what it feels like to be pursued and to be loved? Because God loves you so much. And when you see it, when you get just a glimpse of that, and then you reciprocate that, and you say, Father, I want to pursue you too. I want to put you first. I want to constantly be in your presence. Then man, oh man, will you have something coming for you. God will respond. He will answer. And he's not going to sometimes do it right away, right? He wants to see, are you the real deal? Are you going to pursue me every morning for days on end? And for years, I didn't miss a day. I just went all the time just saying, Father, I desire to be in your presence. I want to put you first. And he wants to see before he opens that door. Are you gonna just respond, or are you gonna cry out for a week or two, and then after he gives you something, you said, okay, that's that, and then you kind of forget him? Or do you want to pursue him in such a steadfast way over a long period of time? And he smells that aroma and says, man, that is pleasing to me. I'm so pleased by that. I'm so happy and so joyous that my children are crying out to me in that way. And so I just wanted to encourage some of you guys, because many of you need to seriously get your life and your act together, because you are religious in many ways, and other people, they don't have a genuine desire to pursue the Lord in a steadfast and consistent and long way, right? Longevity, right? And so I just wanted to encourage you guys as I, share my own mini testimony. And I have a lot I could share over time, but how the Lord just brought me back to him over the course of the last 4 years to really be pursuing him, not just religiously, not just going to church and thinking, oh, this is a good thing to do, but really to turn back and say, man, Lord, I want to wholeheartedly pursue you for the rest of my life. And so I just wanted to encourage some of you guys with this. Pray, seek him, love him. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.